What's up, survivors? Welcome back to another episode. Now this one is gonna go a little bit off of the normal here. This is gonna be a little bit more of a showcase episode, a little bit of an update episode. We're getting really close to opening our server, and I kind of wanted to just kind of show you guys what we've got so far, what's in store for anybody who decides to join and play on it. This is a little bit of a jump from what you guys usually see in the previous episodes. So in this episode, it's strictly going to be just me showing off what we've got, all the mods. We've gotten them down stable to a specific point. Now, there's obviously some mods here that some people are going to be like, well, you're missing this mod and this mod if you truly want a roleplay experience, or you truly want a customizable experience. Well, trust me, we have gone through what we want and what we feel is acceptable to fit the play style of our server. To some extent, there's a few mods we added, but we restricted certain recipes that can be learned because we don't want certain types of things on the server, but we want certain things from the mod that it allows, blah 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 blah. But we'll go over that here real quick. So first and foremost, we are at the community center that was built by another one of the admins on the server. Now, it is nothing huge, nothing too fancy. It kind of just does a little bit, kind of like it's a welcoming little area. It's a safe place to, you know, when you first start out and you head this way and stuff like that. But let me show you guys here real quick. So we are right here on the map at the top of I3. That's where the community center is. It is marked on the map. So it says the guild HQ. And if we head down here to the starting point, every starting point has a NPC now. So we have a NPC that is spawned here. So some of them are differently named, but they're all called the Lost Soul. And if you talk to them, he will kind of give you some information about the area and certain things that are going on to his knowledge. And he will also give you a starter kit. Now, it is nothing fancy. It's just, you know, a couple of wraps, some potions, a weapon or two, and a little bit of gear to kind of help you, you know, get on your way and surviving, and kind of just point you in the right direction so you can start leveling. Because on our server, farming XP through killing is the only other option you have outside of questing. Otherwise, you have to quest. So you can still level, and then on weekends we do 2x experience, so you can still level on the weekends as well too, and stuff like that. But every single one of the starting points will have this NPC here, kind of pushing you to either go to the Sentinels to meet a guy there, or going to the guild hall to start picking up hunter quests from the Hunters Guild and things like that. So I'm going to teleport back over to the guild hall real quick. Hello. I'm actually on the ground, but it's delayed. There we go. All right. Okay. So once you get here and you start kind of running around a little bit, it takes a couple of seconds for it to load. Give it a minute here so it can load up real fast. There we go. And we have a handful of very high-end thralls that cannot be tamed. These guys cannot be thralled at all. They're a special spawn that we currently have. So, oops, sorry about that. But they protect the area. We've got 4 of them. And then once you come into the guild hall, we have a little dancing stage at the moment that still needs a little bit more work, but it's coming along. For those that want to use the tried and true illusionist bench, we still offer that. Outside of the customizing ability of some of the other mods. We have the slave trader. This one specifically buys, and she explains that to you when you talk to her. She buys your unwanted thralls and some of the unwanted creatures in the game. And then over here, we've got like a little kitchen area over here. Hold on one second. All right, and I'm back. Whoop, there we go. Sorry, I decided to reload my settings a little bit just so the frame rates aren't too terrible. And then if you come over here, you can talk to this guy. He's still being set up, but he's basically like the cook, and he'll sell a couple of random things. A little bit of food, gruel, cleansing brews. He'll sell like different types of, like he'll sell eggs, abyssal flesh, and things like that. Fish, water-filled flasks. He also sells the healing water skin. which is an actual item in the game, by the way, guys. It drops on the Isle of Sipta, and it restores 20% of your maximum health over 10 seconds. I mean, it also fills up your thirst, and it has 30 drinks. This was also tweaked a little bit through the Healing Fix mod. I don't know how much more he plans on adjusting this. I think he talked about it a little bit. I did talk to him, but I don't know the whole details behind this one right now. But it is an item that can only be spawned in, which means the only place you can get it is here, and it does cost 1,000 gold. Is what we have it set to at the moment. And then we have a little area over here. Currently we have the Huntress. She is still being set up. This is the Hunters Guild. There are a few different places around the map where you can find Hunters Guild hunters, and they will give you quests to go out and bring back like heads or certain things of so many creatures, or certain, like sometimes they'll tell you to go kill a boss and bring back a boss's head or something like that, and they'll reward you with, you know, either, you know, lots of experience or gil. Well, they always give you experience, but it's one of the other optional ways of doing quests to make money and level up on the server. This room is not done yet, apparently. Looks a little barren. But this is where you're going to be able to buy armor, weapons, as well as the schematics to learn certain armors and weapons, because we keep some of them locked behind purchasing. So because what we do with the customizer mod that I will showcase here in a minute is we have everything locked behind. You must learn it to use it. So you can't fully customize your character when you first join, but you can get, like, you can customize your character and get at least somewhat of an idea of what you want to look like, as well as your gear. But a lot of the high-end modded and endgame stuff, you have to go out into the world and kill to find schematics and stuff like that. Well, sometimes people might not have the ability to kill a certain boss, or they're struggling. They can come here to purchase those same skill books, those same clothing books, those modded books from those fights. They can come here and pay a hefty fee and just buy the book if they're struggling to kill the certain boss. So this gives them another option to get a hold of it without actually having to fight. And then over here is the bank. We have the currency exchanger and the banker, which isn't fully named yet. He just got set up. Actually, the same guy who worked on the Healing Fix mod was the same guy who came up with the banker script. And he actually jumped on our server and helped set that up for us, because I was confused. But I have a currency exchanger that I set up. I'm not going to talk to her right now because it's a long drawn out process. But what it does is she gives you the option to trade in the gold and silver that you find throughout the world in for Pippi money, which is currently what we use as the merchant guild money, which is what you use to buy from all the different shops. And but she takes a percentage, like a hefty percentage, like they do like a 90% cut. So if you have a ton of in-game currency and you don't really do a lot of questing, you can come bring some of that currency here and exchange it in for your money to do stuff like that. And then he is a banker, which you can go up here and I can go to deposit, and it shows how much money I currently have in the bank, so 94 gold. And I can choose to deposit, and he'll base it off of how much you currently have, because right now it's saying I can only deposit 1 gold. So if I go back and I open up my tab, as you can see down here, he'll only let me deposit 1 at a time because I don't have 10. If I had 10, he'd let me deposit all 10. So yeah, that's how that works. Also, this guy over here, he does sell basic general resources, and you can come over here and buy them. Like you can buy a stack of wood for 1 gold, a stack on our server for some base resources is actually 10,000 because we have a stacking mod. So what we started off as 1,000, so it costs like 10 gold for 10,000 wood and stuff like that. So yeah, and we do have a system set up on the server where you do receive gil or gold passively just by being logged in and playing the game. So you don't have to quest, but it does take a little bit longer since it is passive. So for being logged in for 2 hours, you get 1 gold because you get 5 silver. And on our server, the exchange rate is 100 bronze equals 1 silver, and 10 silver equals 1 gold. So it doesn't take very long to get gold, but yeah, the fastest way to get gold is just to quest, because some quests will give anywhere from 10 to 30 gold per quest, at least for the daily ones. And on our server, a the daily quests reset at every 2 hours because we determined a full day, because a full day in the game is 2 hours. Yeah. No, it's an hour and 30 minutes. So you have to be logged in technically for 3 hours to get a full gold passively. But you can repeat daily quests every 3 hours, hour and a half to 3 hours, depending on where it is and what kind it is. So you could actually make like 50 to 80 gold on our server for the merchants pretty quickly. So, well, that's the guild hall. It's still being worked on. It's probably not going to be fully functional and up and running with everything, even by the time we open, but we don't expect a lot of people to be joining right away. So, and then if we come over here, this is the stables where you can purchase different types of things for animals and stuff like that. We also have an improved demolishing bench in here. We've got some alpha animals in here, an alpha tiger or an alpha wolf, an alpha hyena, stuff like that. The saddler's workbench, which is supposed to be unlocked. There we go. I think both of these are supposed to be unlocked. Yep, because we allow the stuff at the guild hall to be accessible. But if you come over here to the Beastkeeper Anna.
Hello.
You can talk to her and you can purchase with the in-game currency. You can purchase a horse. There's supposed to be a rhino in here, but I don't think it's up here right now. You can purchase a lesser or greater pet. Lesser pets cost 30 gold, and greater pets, well, it doesn't, I shouldn't say it costs 30 gold because it really depends on the type they are. Like a lesser tiger is 30, but a lesser shellback is 35. And I honestly think that lesser shellback is a little high. I think that was supposed to be 15 or 20, so I'll have to adjust that later. I wasn't the one who set this up. And then lesser saber-tooths are 55, which is reasonable. Greater saber-tooths are 100 gold. Greater bears are 100 gold. Greater hyenas are 55. Greater shellbacks are 75. Greater white tigers are 75. Which is pretty reasonable. You can buy a basic starter saddle. You can purchase the new snake eggs for 50 gold. Which is not too bad, actually, considering you don't know what you're going to get. Actually, I would probably lower that if it was me, but hey, is what it is. You can also purchase, because we actually have the ability to purchase dragon eggs. So you can purchase a frost, a green, or a red dragon egg for 2,000 gold. But you have to have the ability to hatch it, which comes with a special book. Which is like dragons something, I can't remember. There's a special book, a special trait, a feat you need in order to raise dragons, and you have to earn that out in the world. But we're supposed to sell the book here, where she teaches you how to do it, and I think it's supposed to cost like 2,000 or 3,000 gold or something like that for the book. And dragons are extremely powerful, which is one of the reasons why we charge 2,000 for an egg. Powerful, but on our server, it's already hard enough as it is. So yeah, so that's what we have set up over here. And then we got like a little showcase of a couple of the pack animals and stuff like that. So we have the new elephant. We've got the camel. We've got the two rhinos, the black rhino and stuff like that. We allow people to, if they're nearby, they can come over here and these small animal pens so they can raise their own small animal without having to own their own stable. Their own animal pen. We also do that with the stables too. We have 2 stables over here that are open to the public, so they can come over here and raise their horse if they want, if they don't own their own stable for that. That's kind of cool. This is the gate coming in from the other side. As you can see, we have a elite Valkyrie. We call them the Valkyries. This is the modded like elvish armor from one of the mods. It is locked on our server, so only the guild is allowed to use it. I apologize, but it's for the roleplay purposes. These are just Thespians from the Pippin mod. They're just here just to make it look like there's more people here. In reality, there really isn't anything in this area that could kill her, so we're good to go. So we have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them total elite ones around here. Then we have this here for aesthetic purposes. This actually is a crafting shrine for one of the mods. As you can see, I have it, it's locked right now, so even I can't see what's in here because I'm not in full admin mode. But this is a crafting station for one of the mods for the Valkyrie gear, as well as a few other pieces, but it is locked on our server, so no one's allowed to use it. It's there just for aesthetic purposes. And then over here we have like the training grounds where we've got a couple of Thespians just, you know, practicing their swordplay. We've got some dog kennels here with a couple of the skinned wolf with the elite guard dog. We got one in here. There's supposed to be a second one. And then with some cages and just kind of some stuff, some random stuff. And then we have the Valkyrie Captain, Camille. So she hangs out back here. She is a Thespian that is set up in order to just talk to you a little bit about the area and, you know, their order and who they are and what they're doing here and why they came here in the first place. So it's just a little bit of a lore backstory to the server, and who the Valkyries are and why they are here with the guild. The guild, we call it the guild, but it's actually known as the Merchants Guild. So yeah, there's that. So over here we have some planters that we leave open, so if people want to plant some stuff, they can plant them here with some of the good planters. And then this is also a outdoor planter as well, so we have 2 modded outdoor planters right here that are pretty big, and some few little crafting things. We have an area for people to, if they want to bring some thralls over here to create some zombies for themselves, we gave people the option by having like a little makeshift graveyard, as well as a summoning circle for those who have their home point nearby here, but they don't have access to the summoning circle yet. They can come over here and open it up, and yeah, they can go from there and teach themselves. That's weird. I should have access to that. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, that lets them do that, so they can screw around with that stuff over there. So yeah, that's all it is. It's pretty basic. It's nothing too crazy. I'm a little confused though. Let me check something here. Oh, for some reason my stuff didn't save. That's why it's getting dark. That would explain it. All right. So we're going to go into fly mode. So, and then here's the front entrance. We planned on setting up an area right here where players can set up their own Thespians for stalls. So if they want to sell stuff, or their own shop. So we plan on setting up like a little market area right here. And then we will have probably 1 or 2 more guards that will be using the Thralls or Alive mod, so we can have them patrol up and down this area to protect the market area. So the market area will be like right out here, but it's not done yet. And then we got a little path that comes down here, down to the river. And there is a little dock here with some fishing traps and shellfish traps for those that want to use it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the community area so far. It's coming along. It's getting there. But we don't really have a whole lot else set up on the server, like big-wise, like we did last time around. Because we've been focusing on more of the smaller stuff to kind of like just do things. So if we move up and down this river... there's a bridge right there that was built. I don't know if that was built by me or if that was not me, but like the guild, or if I built this, like my clan. Was this me or? I don't know. Don't know. I don't think it was us. I think it was like when I say me, I mean my wife, because that's our. No. Yeah, that was the guild because she didn't build that. Never mind. I'm getting confused. I'm mixing people up now. That is, if you haven't recognized, that is my place, mine and my wife's. And as you guys can see over here, we do have the Rivers light mod turned on. So the riverboat's light. Not the same as the one that allows you to make your own boats. This one is a static mod that basically adds more to the river. It adds like little small outposts outside of bandit camps. It adds like little places like this along the way to make it a little bit more livelier. Little NPC camps, little river camps. Some of these places have merchants in them, some of them don't. So it just adds more liveliness. There's little boats that move around from dock to dock, so you can actually come to these places. Like you can see that ship over there. That ship will actually sail all the way from down here and around, and it'll come all the way back and then move all the way up and down the river. It's pretty cool. It's the only big one that moves up and down the river. And there's a few other spots too. So a lot of they'll stop at different areas and things like that. And then let's go. So, and then let me see if I can show you guys another area that's being worked on. Actually, I think this area might be done. There we go. And this is, if you're not familiar, is the silver mines. We kind of updated it a little bit. You know what? I think I'm just going to go into creative mode so I don't have to keep hitting fly. Yeah, I know I can hotkey it. I don't have it hotkeyed. Oh, we got to be careful. Whoopsie. 1 second. All right, and I'm back. Sorry about that. One of the Thespians was not wearing clothes. So originally, one of the other guys had set something up here, but it looked way too out of place. So I went back through and kind of redid it a little bit. And we're not fully done yet. But this is a little bit of a mix of what we added, a little bit of EWA, and a little bit more. So we have what's called a highway checkpoint, which is kind of like a little safe spot. So we have some highway guards that are themed in the dragon set right now. We have an elite highway guard down here as well. We do have it set up on the server that thralls do level up, but at an 80% cost. So what I'm talking about, so if we hit tab, we have the better thralls mod on the server. So the EXP settings are at 20%. So they will gain 20% of the normal experience that they would receive, even if they're not with you. So you can still have your thralls level up even if they're not with you. So this also goes for the actual NPCs that guard the roads and stuff like that. So like this guy over here. So he's level 6 right now. So he's in the full elite dragon guard set, the black dragon set. And he has the modded twin axes with 65 damage, legendary, no armor pierce. So kind of sucks for them because they're fighting up against rock noses. I'm pretty sure he should have given these guys blunted weapons since most of the stuff around here are rock nose. So, but yeah, so it's just a little area that will have a little merchant here that you can restock on supplies or stuff like that. Like if you're out of potions or food and whatnot, there'll be a little highway merchant here. And then there is like a 10 gold fee right here. You can talk to this guy and he'll charge you 10 gold to enter the silver mines. This is kind of our way of slightly taxing the player for wanting to enter the silver mines to farm silver and the rare chests that are in there. Even though there is a little bit of silver on the outside, there's way more on the inside. But at the same time, this cave has been heavily modded as well as altered between the updates that they did with the Chapter 2 as well as with EWA's updates. This mine is very deadly, so we felt that by setting it up where the guild and the highway patrol people would kind of monitor this area, making it a checkpoint, kind of helped out a little bit. We do have a teleportation system set up on the server, so you can come up here. I can't get in right now because I don't have the gold. It does cost 5 gold to use the teleporter, and you can use it right away because they're already turned on and activated. So as long as you have 5 gold, you can enter any teleporter around the map and use those to teleport because we have map rooms turned off. For the backstory of the server, the map rooms are broken. So the reason why the guild has come here, one of the reasons why, under the pretense of setting up new teleporters and ways and safer travel for people to get through the exiled lands due to the disruption of the map room, and something has happened in the map room, which I'm not going to spoil that for you guys, but yeah, you'll just have to see for yourself if you come onto the server. So map rooms are disabled, but we didn't hurt everybody that badly. We still allow people to use the sorcery's teleporter, but the guild one is free. You can, the one at the guild hall, which is upstairs on the 2nd floor. I didn't show that, but yeah, so there's that. We have a camp over here. I want to show you guys real quick. Yep, there we go. This was a place that was built by one of the other, oh no, I think my wife was the one doing this one. Oh, she's got that backwards. That's got to be fixed. This is a mix of 2 different mods here, and this is a relic hunter base that she was working on, and I think she still has to finish adding some more stuff here, but there is a quest that will be tied to this location where you have to, it's a relic hunter slaver base, and in the slaver base is a guaranteed tier 4 taskmaster. So you've got the Oathmaker, who is a guaranteed T4, and she always will spawn here, but she's surrounded by relic hunters and slavers. So there's lots of tier 2s and tier 3s, and this one is doubled up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can. There's 2 of them standing there, so I gotta fix the fix whatever she did. I think she has a double spawn there. But she still has to finish adding more stuff. This was her little project. And she's adding, there's lots of little, there's relic hunters, there's tier 1s, I think there's some tier 2s, there's archers, but there's also this guy right here who is he was modded in as well. Not modded in, but spawned in. He has increased health. He is a relic hunter boss. And he was given additional health. So normally he only has 480, but she actually gave him an additional 1,000 health. So you have to contend with him if you want to get her as a guaranteed spawn. But I'm not going to show you anything else beyond that because I don't want to spoil anything that she has a surprise for here, or where she hid anything, or where the quest is at, because I don't want to spoil that. But yeah. And then I think there was some more stuff we had added, but I'm not entirely sure where it's all at. So I know that's one of the guys was working on setting up ambushes around the map. And he said there was one near Seppa, but I don't see it. He said it was over here on the north side. Maybe if I get down on the ground. Well, I'm in admin ghost mode, so probably won't trigger it. Nah, who knows? But yeah, there's going to be like random ambushes by each faction that will be attacking each other, so you have to keep your eye out for that. It looks like when she built there, it destroyed the spawn point. Oh, wow. Well, there you guys go. The random chance of her spawning happened right here. Well, I guess if you wanted her, you could get her now. Too bad she won't be there. But yeah, I guess that's why she put her there. Because she figured she was destroying that spawn point. All right, well, there's that. But yeah, I don't want to show too much more. So that's a little bit of what we got going on the server. There's more other points. There's some places that were added up north, and a few other things. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit what we have added. There's some places near the summoning place now that are like there's places everywhere now, guys. There's a handful of different camps and quests and stuff that have been set up on the server. So I'm going to teleport back to the guild HQ. All right. Okay, now that we're here. All right. Oop, hello. Yep, putting their swords in the ground. All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to do this. So as you guys can see on the left-hand side of the screen, the server definitely has been heavily modded compared to the first few episodes. So the mod I was talking about the riverboats. So the riverboats of the Exiled Lands light version. I recommend the light version unless you have an extremely powerful computer, and I mean powerful. So one of the biggest reasons why we chose the light version and not the full version is because just because somebody on our end can handle it doesn't mean everybody who joins the server is going to be able to handle the amount of loading and stress that it's going to happen. So it does cause a little bit of a loading issue if you're using the full version, which is one of the reasons why we don't use it. So there is that. So, but it just adds more liveliness. Again, there's stuff all up and down the river. I didn't want to showcase all of that because I would like, let you guys see it for yourselves of that kind of thing. We have lots of different building mods, like Exile Architects. We've got, Northern Timbers, Strategian building kits and stuff like that. We've got Fence Gate mod, and a few others in here. We have lots of other little things like increased chest size, increased vanilla stack, stacking mod, proximity party, which is if you look right over here in the bottom right hand corner where it shows Guild Elite Valkyrie, because they're within a specific distance of me, it shows them. So it's actually showing the two that are right over there. So yeah, and if I move over here, it should swap over to just her. Yep. So you can see how much health they have. So if you're fighting with your thralls and you're out and about in the world, you will get an update. And then now Coco and Limbo are also showing up as well. But interesting that they're showing up. Okay. But anyways, so there is that mod right there. So that's the proximity party. Let's see. We've got more customization, lots of hair and customizing mods so you can customize your character. Lots of clothing mods. We've got, you know, lots of different clothing mods, lots of different accessory and building mods for you so you can build up your houses and that kind of stuff. Improved NPC engagement. So basically this sets the game back to what it was before Age of War, but also changes it and tweaks it a little bit. So you got to be careful. We also have better sacrifice on the server. So if you use the better thrall mods to walk up to a thrall and you click on them like this, as long as their inventory is completely empty and you meet all the requirements, you can pick them back up. And when you do that, you're able to put them on a sacrifice wheel for sorcery. So instead of just, you know, you don't have to worry about wasting your unwanted thralls. If you just want to sacrifice them, you can just bring them over and redo that. So it allows you to do that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. More additional faces. We have PvE ambush on the server. I'm not going to tell you how often it happens, but trust me, it's acceptable. It's reasonable. It's anywhere between, I will say this much, it's anywhere between 1 to 3 hours. So we have the maximum at 3 hours and the minimum at 1 hour. So you can be ambushed anytime in between that while playing. And it only happens when you're away from base. It doesn't happen when you're at base. We have lore-friendly Sandstorm. Lore-friendly Sandstorm actually fits the actual lore of the Sandstorm, because if you're not aware, the Sandstorm actually, by lore, moved all the way up here and then moves down. And it kind of swaps its path a little bit. It's kind of random. But at the same time, there was supposed to be, in the base game originally, way back in the day, they said that there were supposed to be creatures that spawned in the Sandstorm. Well, they never did that. Lore-friendly Sandstorms does. So you do have to be careful when you're out and about in a sandstorm. There will be sand beasts spawning in the sandstorm. We have it set to a reasonable limit, which means there will be anywhere from 1 to 3 sand beasts that will spawn. But the sandstorms are also more deadlier because we have a weather mod on the server that makes weather events like sandstorms, blizzards, snowstorms, thunderstorms more environmentally effective towards the player. So you'll freeze more during like rain and snowy areas. During the big sandstorms, it gets hotter and the temperature rises. So you have to be able to cool yourself down and deal with that kind of stuff. So the environmental effects are more serious this time around. So you have to be careful of that. Carrying a sandstorm mask does not guarantee you won't take damage, because during a sandstorm, it also gets extremely hot. So the temperature rises, especially if the sandstorm is during the day. Being near the water where there's a lot of breeze will drop the temperature a little bit. So sometimes living on the water means that you have to risk getting cold. So there is that. So having the correct type of gear on plays a huge role. When I mean correct type, I mean underneath, not the glamour set that you use. So it's fun. It's definitely a survival, more of a... Whoop, I just logged out. Whatever. All right, and I'm back. Sorry about that. I accidentally logged out, so I had to, you know, get all my admin logins and all that stuff set back up again. So yeah, that is basically just some of the stuff we have set up on the server. Now, like I said, there are other quests. There are non-repeatable quests. There are repeatable quests. There are Hunter Guild quests, you know, daily quests. There are different NPCs set up in certain areas. Not all of them are set up yet because unfortunately I'm the only one doing it. So it's taking me some time to rewrite the script for each area, because I have to go in, rewrite the entire name, and then rewrite the quests for each one of those areas, as well as all of the random chosen quests that fit that area, to make sure that you're hunting stuff within that area and not having to leave the area in order to go get what the quest requires. So yeah, it's taking some time. So next, I wanted to talk a little bit about the character customization. So let me get on the ground real quick, because this requires me to be on the ground. I'm going to come over here. Now, there is a little bit of an issue with this. Let me go into admin mode real quick here, real fast. Do that. We want it to be daytime. And then we're going to freeze the sky, or the time anyways. All right, so with our server, we have the ability for everybody, as soon as you join, if you hold Shift B, you can go into character customization, which allows you to customize your character however you want. Now, what you guys are about to see me do is 100% what I can do as an admin. It is not what everybody else can do. So up here, I'm going to toggle this. So ignore item rules. So you could come in here. I'm going to turn this off. I should be good to go. Yep, I'm not nudity, which is good. We don't want that. And you can come in here, turn that off. You've got a light to turn on so you can see a little better. You can zoom in on the face. You can zoom out. You can choose to walk, run, whatever you want. Freeze so your character doesn't move. Do a T-pose, whatever. You can change it. It's really nice. This is the Totes customizer. It's kind of like the successor, more up-to-date version of Pippi, but there are still things that Pippi allows that Totes doesn't, so I'm hoping eventually to get to a point to where I can completely throw away Pippi and just use Totes, but there's, unfortunately, Totes still has functions like the spawning function, like the NPC summoner and stuff like that, as well as other features that are just still better, so I still use it for stuff like that, as well as kit spawning and enemy spawns and stuff. But anyways, so you can choose to, let's turn this on. So you can choose to like turn on a kit or something like that. I'm not going to do it right here. Actually, yeah, I can, because right now we've got like the Lightkeeper Valkyrie, and I can choose to put on my main set that you guys see me wear. So I can do this, boop. And now no matter what, even if I take my under armor off, I will always be wearing this. Or maybe I want to do this. I can do that. And then, you know, we got the Dancer. Base Guard. As you can see, we've already got a couple of these set up. The Freebooter set. So, yeah. So you can customize and set them up however you want. You can go in here. You can completely edit the color and the piece of gear. And it allows you to go into there and do stuff like that. Let's just use... Let me just make a different one. So we'll do that. So go in here. Unequip all. So it all puts... So basically right now... It's showing me with my armor on, because my armor doesn't have it's not the default armor. I glamored over the armor before using the customizer. So right now I'm not wearing any of the customizer over armors for the glamour set. I'm just wearing the other one. But I can go in here, remove all of this, and it'll take me down to my normal armor. Okay. And then I go in here and you can choose. Now this is strictly glamour customized. And remember guys, I'm in admin mode, so I can see every single, I'm in super admin basically. I can see every single piece of top gear, glamour customization, armor in the entire game that we have access to in here. Oh, I got to turn these off. There we go. So I can completely look at all the different stuff, see what I like, and move forward from there. So if there's something I really like, you know, I can look at it. It gives us full customization. You know, not all of them are perfect. There are some of these, by the way, guys, you will never be able to see because we have them locked on purpose, because we got the mod for specific armor pieces, but we didn't want certain ones. So we locked some of these. So there are pieces that this one's actually, that one, for some reason, it's showing up. So stuff like that. So we can come in here and click on all the different types of pieces of gear. You can glamour your character however you want, and stuff like that. So all the different modded armors in the game that we have access to. Some of them are locked, some of them are not. Lots of these armor pieces, by the way, you have to have a certain recipe, which you can get out in the open world. So yeah, this one, it's really bright, but it's not supposed to look like that. It's a little messed up right now. And then you've got, if you've got all the DLC armors, you'll have access to all the DLC ones and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It allows you to fully customize your look, and your character will always look like that even if you have no armor on. So we're going to go back. I'm going to hit cancel, and then we're going to go back again. So you can do that with armor. You can do that with accessories. So you can come up here and you can choose accessories you want. So like the set that I use for my main character for my series is like right here. And then I've got one for Archer. This one was for on their Discord, somebody had made a character and they can put the code in so other people can use it. Well, unfortunately, there are some pieces that I don't have access to because we don't have the mods on our server, so I couldn't use her full setup. But that brings me back to this. This was the character, but she had a bunch of stuff on it, a bunch of gear on it. Unfortunately, I didn't have that set, so I couldn't use it. And then there's this character model. So you can see you can make character models and customize however you want. These were ones that were imported from the Discord that other people made. And then there's my default one that I use. I don't use these ones. I just imported them because I wanted to see what they all looked like. But as you can see, you can do some pretty crazy customization stuff. So you can customize your character however you want. We don't limit people from doing that, so it's not a big deal. You can also go in here and you can customize your character's weapons look. So if you have specific weapons, so if you change your weapon, let's say you change from a one-handed weapon to a two-handed weapon, but you always want to keep the look of a specific two-handed weapon, no matter which one you have equipped, you can put it in here, and anytime you pull out that weapon, it will always show up in here as that specific look. So it is really cool, and it's a very good, useful tool for fully customizing your character however you want. And you can run around, and it looks awesome. Yeah. Actually like this look a little bit. I wish it was red glowing eyes, but yeah, it is whatever. So I'm actually going to open that back up and switch back. I just wanted to showcase this real quick to let you guys know that we do have this on our server that allows everybody to fully customize their character and look however they choose. Just don't go too crazy, okay? Because it's a kid's game, guys, too. Okay. So we have that. And then so we do have the control panel on the server, so we're able to adjust things accordingly. So if there's an issue with the snowstorm or the sandstorm or the ambushes, or if we need to fix something with healing on the server because maybe potions are just something's not working correctly, we can adjust it to make it work correctly. Severe weather mod, what I was talking about, like we have all the weather except for the snow currently really low right now, and we have relaxing for the environmental effects and stuff like that. Right now we have the seasons switching on their own, so you have that. We've got our ambush set up, so you have your PvE ambush. We have normal spawns. We didn't want to go too crazy and make people have to fight off like 7 or 8 sand beasts. It's not fun. We've got our snowstorm that happens up in the north. That's all here and everything else, so we were able to affect that as well. But yeah, so this is like I said, we've got a lot done. I just wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit of what we have on the server so far, what we set up, all the different mods. I will have a list of all of these mods to some extent down in the description, or I will probably just say go to my Discord because it's going to be a lot. So you guys, if you guys are ever curious of what mods we have and the load order that we use, it isn't fully set up. Some of these are supposed to be like up here and stuff like that, but they're not in the right spot right now. But I don't see us adding any mods or removing any right now. We've been pretty stable with these mods for about a week. Like I said, there's been a lot of downtime where I haven't been recording, but I've been putting out episodes, if you guys have noticed. So it was because I backed up a lot of footage and I just wanted to focus on the server and try to get things built and get stuff ready. Unfortunately, we don't have the arena done just yet because I don't know how to write the script for the NPC summoner, and I've been struggling with that. I've been talking to a couple of people about it because we're trying to get an automated NPC summoner from the Pippi mod set up, so you can talk to an NPC, go inside, and it will spawn waves, and then you have to fight those waves off. Every time you kill a wave, the next wave will spawn. But I've been having some issues with it. So yeah, that's the only problem right now, is we don't have an arena on the server, unfortunately. So I'm hoping to get that done soon, but no promises. It would be nice. But anyways, guys, hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of an idea of what we got going on. And for any of you guys out there that are looking for a modded server to play on that provides a little bit more of a challenge, but still keeps the door open for customization and a little bit more of a role play feel to the game. So I did not mention we do have Unlock Plus on the server, so you do have the ability to do that kind of stuff. But for like the thralls, we do allow for one additional thrall. I don't know where it is. Maybe I gotta go into admin mode. Followers, yeah, we do allow you to have 2 followers right off the back, and then once you get War Party, you can have a third. Because of the difficulty of the server, sometimes it can be a little dangerous to travel with just 1 NPC, so we increased it to 2 at the beginning, and then if you unlock War Party, you can have 3. So we did do that just to make it a little bit safer. It can still get pretty crazy. You can get overwhelmed very quickly if you're not careful. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching as always. I know this was a little bit of an odd episode, but I just wanted to kind of showcase and update you guys on the server. It is this is the first week of October, and I'm hoping to open the server this week, but chances are it might get pushed back till next week because I'm still not done setting up the rest of the quests, at least to help people level. You can always level using the EWA mod because you have the quests in here, which we have done a couple of times already. So you can do these quests and they do give XP. Because of the reduced rates on our server, you don't actually get the max. You actually get like 10 to 15% of this. So, but you can actually get to like level 10 or level 15 pretty quickly by doing like the EWA quest as well as the quests that we've set up on the server as well. We do have some of the EWA stuff disabled right now, and we probably will leave it disabled for the first couple of weeks or month or so of the server, just so people aren't rushing for the EWA stuff to try to make it too easy on themselves, even though in retrospect they can't really do much with EWA until they get to 60. But we have some of the stuff that EWA allows you to learn. We have it locked on the server right now, so people really can't use it even if they wanted to. And then, of course, buying certain thralls. We still haven't set up the trader for that yet. I still need to do that. Yeah, there's just still some work that needs to be done, and we just haven't gotten it all done yet. So, unfortunately, there's really only 2 of us and my wife when she has the free time. So, and I'm inexperienced as hell at doing this shit. I've been learning as I go. Like, I'm talking like crash course learning how to mod and edit a server. It has been one hell of a experience. So I apologize for my noobness. I'm trying. But any advice out there from anybody who is experienced with using these mods, specifically setting up things like this, I welcome. What the heck? Oh, that's from the stand. I'm sorry. I'm going crazy. I welcome any help or advice to make things easier on myself. And if anybody ever has any scripts for certain types of quests or codes that I would be able to set up, I would welcome it. Yeah, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching as always. And hope to see some of you guys on the server when it opens. I'm excited to get this moving. We, obviously I've been playing on the server a little bit myself, but we've been moving pretty slow. I mean, I'm 32 right now, but the experience is slowing down drastically. Even with questing, it's starting to get slow. But all right, guys, I'll let you guys go here, and I will see you guys in the next episode, which I believe me and the wife start taming. Well, it's already recorded. We actually start working on getting better thralls. I think we went and got some. We died a lot. That's all I want to say. We died a lot. You'll see. Episode 9 is going to be fun. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching and have a good one.